back together, first of all. And then second of all, I have to ask, because like everybody here, I saw the first Wonder Woman, and so, what the hell are you doing up here, Chris? I mean, not that I'm complaining, because like you can totally just come sit over here on my podium if you want, like it's no big deal. But, are you coming back in the movie? What's going on? You want to start, Patty? Love you!
I am actually not really here right now.
I knew I tricked you.
I'm just an aura of emotional support for my pals. No, I can't.
Water girl.
I'm like,
Sad, we're hungry.
sure, yeah.
Just have a parasol outside when you're walking down.
I'm big on hydration. No, I can't tell you that.
Yeah, well maybe
Patty.
First of all, your first question, how is it to be back with these guys? So good.
Yeah.
You know, so good. We really did. We had the unique experience of having, like, not only did we end up loving, you know, our process together, but I love these guys as people so much. And so it was great, you know, to make the last film. We're psyched to be doing it again. What is he back here for? Well, it was, you know, it's something I'm super excited everybody to see. The movie to find out. But yeah, it's a very important part of our movie.
Well, let's dive into a big question that is invited by this art up here. Why 1984?
You know, it was interesting. One of my favorite things about making the first movie in World War I, 1917, was getting to know the era. Really, when you dig into these eras, they as metaphors really symbolize things that are true always. And there was something about that time that was such the beginning of modernity and the mechanized world. Here, it's funny, you know, I grew up in the 80s. There are lots of things set in the 80s right now, but this is its entirely own 80s movie, actually with a very different look and feel and its own thing. And the reason that I wanted to set it here is because it really was mankind at its best and worst. You know, we're aware of the prices of some of our behavior nowadays, but we weren't in the 80s. We were at the top. But not just the funny ha-ha 80s top. It was grand and wonderful, and there was great music and great... There was a lot of elegant and beautiful and incredible things about the 80s, too, at the same time as we were revealing the worst of us. So there was no better time, now that we had Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman existed, to have Wonder Woman go and visit, you know, see Wonder Woman in a period of time that's really us at our most extreme.
And at our worst, you mean that's pre the end of the Cold War, that's the peak of nuclearization, so there's so much going on globally that would obviously play into what Wonder Woman is trying to accomplish. Keep the peace.
Yeah, we thought it could go on forever. You know, everything we were doing right then, we thought it could go on forever. So what an interesting time to reflect back on now.
Also, dope clothes. So I think that you have something that you want to show everybody.
So you guys have been the most incredible, supporting, and amazing fans we could ever dream to have, right? And even though we're only 3.5 weeks into production,
which is crazy, we shouldn't be showing anything.
We only have 20 more weeks to go, but Betty and I and Chris really felt that we gotta give something back to you guys.
So what we're gonna show you is something that only this room gets. And you know, people always say this, but I'm really saying it for real. I hope that we can keep it, you know, in this room because it's just a rough cut. We're very proud of it.
Safe room.
Yeah, but
our secret is safe with you.
But we wanted to show a rough cut of what we're working on, just to give you a tease of the world we're going into, and we're super excited to share it with you.
Let's just open it up to the floor. I'm sure we have a lot of fan questions out there. Hi, say your name and ask your question.
So, hello, my name is Misha. Sorry. So, hi everyone, and it's beyond a pleasure to see all of you. I've been reading the Wonder Woman comics since the 60s, and knowing how culturally and emotional relevant she has been to me and my life, I was wondering how the social influences affect your story arcs, and for the actors, how you portray your characters.
Who wants to start?
How old are you that you started to read the comic books back in the 60s? You don't look your age.
You know, brown people, we don't. Black don't crack, brown stays down. I'm 72.
I'm 3,000 years.
I believe you. You're immortal,
Well, that's one of the most amazing things about the Wonder Woman legacy. There is so much to it, and the character had been exist for over 75 years now. But eventually, it has so much to do with Patty, with the director, and her vision, and our Bible, which is the script. So basically for me, when I just originally started to portray this character, I went and I did this entire research about the Wonder Woman character, and there is so much material, but at the end of the day, you gotta narrow it down and choose and pick which one you think is the best for yourself in the story. So that's how I do that.
The extent of my research is that Lyle Wagner is one of my dad's best friends. We barbecued when I was a kid, and no, so yeah, for me it was really, I was tasked with falling in love with Diana Prince, with Wonder Woman, and that's not a hard task given the wonderful gal. And that really is it. I mean, that's the humanity of my character comes out in the falling in love, like many of us hopefully do with another human on planet Earth, and the greatest parts of ourselves usually come out when that love is exposed and touched within ourselves. And that's on the micro, and I know on the macro, Patty can speak to it or not, but I know that when I sat down there in the beginning, I tend to respond to, when I talked to Ava, it was similarly kind of a resonant experience when filmmakers talk about what they want to give and put out into the world, especially with something as big of an audience as this. What are they looking to achieve on a, I don't know, dare I say, a cosmic level? And Patty had some very specific ideas about the goodness, essentially, she wanted to put in the world, and it made me excited to be a part of it.
And I'll make my answer quick. I love that question. It was a very important issue to me when I came on board on these films. I also am a Wonder Woman fan from forever. And so the thing that I love the most about Wonder Woman, which has been true throughout history and remains true, is that I feel, and I'm sure that other heroes have this too, that she is us more than most superheroes. People find themselves in Wonder Woman and identify and find the Wonder Woman within them of all genders, races, sizes, and disabilities. And so staying very true to what that original Marston Wonder Woman was, that was so loving and good and kind and warm yet powerful without a question, and open-minded and giving, that she made all of us find, and struggling with her own challenges, that she made each of us believe in the Wonder Woman within us. That's what I care about. Yes. Great question.
Wonder Woman has a question.
Hi everyone, my name is Sherry.
Hi Sherry, you look rad.
Paul H., how amazing was the Wonder Woman movie? So based on that reaction, how can you build on it and recapture the moments for the next movie?
Well, this is the way we all look at it. It's not a sequel. It's its own story. It's a different chapter. It's a whole new movie. And for all of us, when we approach, and every day that we come to set, and we come and we give our best, and the bar is very, very high, but our aspirations are even higher. So we just give it everything that we have, and really hoping that what we bring, you guys would love.
And I have an answer to that. I never want to do more of anything for the wrong reason, right? And so I was very thoughtful about that when I thought about doing a second one. And the thing that mattered to me the most was I don't want to make I don't want to I don't even want to go to that place in my head of like, how do you keep it going and cash in or blah, blah, blah. I want to make great movies in my lifetime. And suddenly I found myself saying, wait a minute, I have these characters that I love and this world that I love, and we can make a whole new movie about something completely new, pure, and as strong and as unique in its own right as the first one. Of course I would want to do that. And so to me, it's an interesting experience to all be together again, making it, but it's not more of anything, even though of course it's evocative of all of those same things that happened last time.
Right, and canonically with comic books, you often reboot a world, reboot a story, start the origin story again. I mean, that has such a strong, long history in comic books that in canon, we can get into the story in a different way, meet these characters again, which I think is so much more interesting than trying to like one up, an old story, because then he'd be dead, and we really don't want that. Thank you, Wonder Woman. Next question.
My name's Natalie. I'm from Richmond, Virginia, and I'm an aspiring filmmaker, so I make films back at home. And here, actually, too. I was like a summer program for film. And I was wondering, my question is for Patty, I was wondering who influences you as a director?
Oh my God, so many people, I almost don't even know where to begin, but, whew. Yeah, I mean, what's interesting here is there are so many great filmmakers of every different kind. So I'll talk about these movies. Definitely when I came in, and everybody has heard me talk about this potentially before, Richard Donner and his impact on the superhero genre, basically inventing it, is the paramount one. And Steven Spielberg's impact on making tentpoles that transcended being tentpoles and were beautiful and great movies in every way. But then so many other, there's been so many other great filmmakers over the years, from Penelope Spheris, and like there's a million people who I love.
Cool. Thank you for that great question. One more. Here we go.
Hi, I'm